Up, Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Blue Lock Chapter 328. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable little Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon, where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 Patreon member, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there's a stacked fall anime season in full swing, in which we are covering Digimon, Gachikuta, Togenanki, Sanda, Boku no Hero Academia final season, Spy Family season 3, and One Punch Man season 3, and there's even more on the way, including Blue Lock. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So last time I covered Blue Lock, we got to the Side B content, and woo, Side B is getting wild. I kind of wish Side B was like part of episode Nagi. It really sucks that it's just not part of episode Nagi, but it is what it is. But anyways, now we're getting to some Asagi content here. We're going to see this heart-to-heart between him and Ego. So let's get into 328, see what's in store for us today. And this chapter is titled God. What do you want to talk about? At the end of the game, what was your intent with that play? Well, I was just trying to score my own goal. Felt like the obvious thing to do as a striker. Is Ego-san angry? Sure, last play after victory was assured was good timing to test your new idea. But making too many of those risky moves will create unrest among your teammates who have no choice but to follow up. And the discord will cause Blue Lock's formations and tactics to fall apart. That approach is just a secondary weapon to use when you can. Don't prioritize methods you can't reproduce. Okay, sorry, I get that. But coach, I feel like I'm about to find the theory that will defeat Noel Noah and make me the world's best. Huh? That's why your soccer isn't enough for me anymore. Oh, geez. Wait, I had no idea we could get up to the roof here. So high, what a view. It's for emergency evacuations. Chill out. If that's the case, then tell me about this theory that surpasses mine. Huh? Well, it's not like I'm denying you, Ego-san. You know those compilations of super plays you sent me? When I watched those, I realized that however much they stretched my imagination, there was a limit to what I could achieve on my own, no matter how hard I try. Well, no shit! Your body is limited! Like, that's the thing, Asagi! Is, like, you have your imagination. You can do anything in your imagination. But your physical body is limited to what you can do. Plus fighting against Loki, Lorenzo, and Kaiser made me realize that even if I can win against them in matches or single plays, my abilities as an individual aren't even close to theirs. Duh! If I tried to beat Noel Noah in terms of physical abilities, it would be impossible even if I was reincarnated a million times. Thank you! Thank you for acknowledging that! Because that is something that Asagi lacks, is he does not have the physical abilities to beat them. He doesn't. But once I let that sink in and decide to move on, I start to see what I'm lacking. I think people are either geniuses or learners. Well, duh! It's not about which is better. Both types evolve through their mutual interactions. And this is why a lot of people, and I guess this has been a debate in the Blue Lock Reddit as well, is, a lot, and I'm glad people are thinking the same thing, is, that I've been thinking is if Asagi is beating the midfielder allegations or not. When a genius and a learner are properly balanced, if they keep competing with one another in the flow state, then their growth potential is unlimited, and either can eventually be the world's best. I don't know about that. Because you said it. You said that your body there's a physical limit to your body. The thing is with geniuses though, or I'm sorry, with the, no, he's a learner, that's right. He'd be the learner, not the genius. Thing is with the geniuses slash prodigies is that they don't have a limiter. They don't have a physical limiter like Asagi has. And neither does, that's the thing though, is that geniuses don't have a physical or mental limiter that Asagi has. Like, if you, like, basically unlock it, their limiters, right? I'm gonna compare, like, compare Shidao to Asagi. There's a reason why Ego was like to Shidao, like, during their break. He's like, do whatever you want. Go, check your bucket list. Go do shit off your bucket list, we'll pay for it. Because Shidao is, one, a genius, and Shidao was awesome. I'm putting my Shidao bias aside, okay? Because Shidao, like, he already has unlocked his mental unlimiter and his physical unlimiter. He could basically go the distance. There's no limit for him. There's no wall there could be a wall in terms of, like, of players, because that he has to eventually go over, but, like, he can go over it. That's what I mean. It's not going to, in fact, I think if Shidao would be turned on by that. Same with Baro. Baro, like, yeah, Baro and Shidao will meet their obstacles, yeah, but, like, they live for that shit. And they don't have to worry about, like, that the physical limitation that Asagi is talking about. They don't have to worry about that because their bodies are able to meet their expectations. Imagine mental expectations. But Asagi, though, you're not like that, though. As a striker, I don't think you can do that. But as a midfielder or something like that, where you're the one, like, in control of the strategy and shit like that, like, maybe. But, like, as a striker, I don't know. Because there's a physical limitation, man. He said it, there's a physical limitation. There is. At least for him, anyway. Whereas, as I said, well, technically, Chigiri has a physical limitation as well. Like, if it wasn't for his knee injury, he wouldn't be having this issue. Bakura is another great example. Bakura is a fantastic example of a genius that doesn't really have, the only limitation really for Bakura is his imagination. Because he can do, his body keeps up with him. So I hope that makes sense. So that's why I need to keep being the ultimate learner that Rin and Bakura know that all the geniuses in Blue Lock want to surpass. So keep giving me new kinds of soccer. I'll show you I can become the best in the world. Hey, Yoichi Asagi, do you think there's a god of soccer? Uh-huh. You mean like Zico or Maradona? No, I mean something unscientific and intangible. I don't really follow. Why is the logical ego-san talking about this? At the extremity of thought and effort, mind and body become one. Luck, the environment, everything goes your way, and you feel guided towards your destiny by something outside of yourself. Ooh, Nomura, this is pretty. I like this luck is nice. Part of me is, but, like, I feel like with this logic, though, the luck that he's talking about, or the god of soccer, like, you can make that argument that that's what kind of Bakura's monster is, because Bakura and his monster is, like, its own entity. That's what I feel like. Ooh, and oh my god, okay, let me read this here. Lucky environment, everything goes your way, and you feel guided towards your destiny by something outside yourself, in a sort of omnipotent divine possession. When I was an active player, I encountered it. Whoa, Ego was a player? Dude. So, I feel like this is why Ego, like, totally, here's the thing. I feel like Ego can connect with Bakura, and probably, I think you can make the argument that because of the wings in regards to Shidao, I think that's why he connects with those two the most. Because you see this entity here, and it's like a demonic entity. And remember with Shidao, with Shidao, he is like a fallen angel kind of thing, a demon kind of thing. So, like, to me, when I see this, I'm like, yeah, I see it. I see why Ego, like, relates to, like, loves Shidao so much, because he relates to him on, like, a spiritual level. It totally makes sense. He sees him, and I said it, too, at the time, when we saw what Ego's plan was for Shidao. I was like, yeah, like, he sees himself in Shidao. I think he sees himself in Bakura, too. And I feel like I don't know what you guys think, but I think he kind of, maybe he does see himself in, like, a lot of the players in Blue Lock, like in Rin, and maybe even, I feel like I could see Ego seeing himself in Baro especially. I really do. I could totally see it. But this is beautiful, Nobara. For 7 minutes, I experienced something I never had before or since, and I can only explain my level of performance at that time as the workings of some invisible power. Is that different from the flow state or luck formula? Those are just concepts I've developed to study and reproduce that experience. Now answer me, Yoichi Asagi. Do you think there's a god of soccer? If that invisible power is thanks to God, then I think there is one. When I came to Blue Lock, I met Bakura right away. And at the very end of the U20 Japan match, the ball came right to me. Then there was Bakura, I'm telling you, Bakura, I said it. Bakura, I think that monster that Bakura has, that is one of those gods of soccer, those demons of soccer. And I straight up think Shidao has it too. Shidao has that entity with him, one of those gods of soccer. I think he has one of those. I think part of me is like, I think Rin does too, but he just doesn't know. He hasn't like fully grasped it yet, if that makes sense. But like once he fully like breaks down that wall that he has, and like this is why I'm glad I'm calling this shit Ultra Ego, because remember Ultra Ego is a god power. God, I'm so glad I'm calling this shit Ultra Ego. I think once Rin breaks down that wall and masters Ultra Ego, I think once he gets there, I think we'll see a divine moment with him. Like, I know with Bakura and Shida, we have seen the divine moments with them. Oh, for sure. We have seen it with those two. Baro, I don't know. I don't know if we've... Let me know what you guys think. I think with Baro, we might have seen it with him. But I know for sure the ones we definitely have seen it with are Bakura and Shidao. Part of me wants to say we might have seen it with Nagi, but I feel like we kind of have seen it with Nagi. I feel like we kind of have, especially in episode of Nagi. Let me know what you guys think if you guys think we've seen it with episode of Nagi, or do you think in the case of Nagi, I just remember what Ryo said. That Ryo said that he was going to bring Nagi back into the light. Because Nagi was going to, go deep into the darkness and shit like that. I think that when Nagi comes back, I think that's when he'll have that divine moment. I think he's kind of had it, but, like, I don't think it's not the same as, say like a Shidao or a Bakura. He hasn't had that moment. I feel like Baro has. Just something tells me that Baro has. Rin, as I said, I think he somewhat has had it. The one that I know that's definitely had it is Kaiser. Kaiser definitely had it. Remember when Kaiser, like, broke down all that ego, and was rebuilding himself up? That's when he had that divine moment, was then. Kaiser definitely had that divine moment. Oh, for sure. But let me know what you guys think in the comments in regards to that. There was also that last goal of the Neo Egoist League. I feel like in those moments the god of soccer was telling me to set my sights on becoming the world's best. I see, maybe so. Hey, Ego-san, let me ask you something. Hold on, before I forget. I got a feeling we're gonna see something very similar to... I know I gotta do something about my Captain Tsubasa videos. I'm so fucking behind. I need to at least do full-on live reaction for the rest of the for Rising Sun before I do Rising Sun finals. is I feel like we're gonna have a Mikkel kind of situation here, because Mikkel is that bitch. He is the one that's touched by the god of soccer, like full on. We know Tsubasa is too, but like Mikkel's at another level. But anyways, when you were active, what kind of player were you? Just like you, I was a dreamer with a head full of ideas, but the god doesn't visit me anymore. I quit soccer when I realized that. I said too much. Okay, this chat is over. Let's go back. Then please watch me, coach. I'm gonna go meet the god of soccer. This egotist you birthed is gonna fulfill your dream. Yeah, go on, surpass me, Yoichi Asagi. Will he? I don't know. The thing is, though, with Ego, I know Ego does see himself in Asagi, and that's probably why he's having this conversation, to an extent. But I feel like the best way to describe this is kind of like what happened in Dark Side of the Dimensions, what Seto Kaiba was trying to do. When he was trying to go into the Egyptian afterlife to duel a Tem. That's what I feel like is happening here. That's what I feel like is happening here. I feel like that's what Asagi is going to be having to do, because he's so analytical. When it comes to, like, to the arts, when it comes to, like, gods and shit like that, you can't be analytical like that. No. It's a feeling. I mean, look at Shidao, for example. I fucking love using Shidao as an example. I love him so much. Look at Shidao. Shidao, when he became when we've seen his divineness with the god of soccer, we see him like it's like feeling. It's like he describes it like his cells are on fire. He's like one with soccer. Like, you could tell that he is being met with the god of soccer. Look at freaking Bakura. Bakura is like another great example of this. Because Bakura, it's all about feeling, being one with his monster, which is essentially a divine being, if you think about it. But I really hope that we get a more backstory on Ego's god of soccer. Because I feel like, if anything, it's like a combination of Bakura and Shidao. I really do. I feel like that would be the best way to describe it. Or do you guys think that, like, the different, like, animal manifestations that we see are the equivalent of the gods? And, because we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen it for Asagi. We've gotten it for, like, because we've gotten it for Chigiri, like the spirit animals, the soccer spirit animals. Because if it's a soccer spirit animals kind of situation, if we want to use that, then we've gotten it for Chigiri. We've gotten it. Well, Reo is like copying everyone. We've gotten it for Nagi. We've gotten it for Baro. We've gotten it. Obviously, we've gotten it for Ren. We've gotten it for just about everybody. Asagi just hasn't gotten it. Because you can make that argument that you know, that being that we saw was Ego's god of soccer was one of the, like, the spirit animals kind of thing. Because, as I said, it's not like Asagi has, like, had the guns. Like, that would be probably the equivalent of it. But, like, that was, like, a one-time thing, though. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. Yeah, and it's, a gun is completely different than, like, say, like, a spirit animal. Kind of like I feel like I gotta make a Harry Potter comparison. Kind of like a Patronus in a way. But if Ego is the same, if Ego is like Asagi in that way, where he is extremely analytical, I don't know if Asagi's going to be able to... He's going to have to force himself into that realm. And the question is will he be able to do it? I mean, he's reached Kaiser's realm, yeah. But, like, he got into it. It's completely different. Like, the realm of the gods is completely different. It is. And being analytical can only take you so far. It's like, as I said with the arts, You can be like really good, precise, like with an instrument, like the piano, for example, and like play everything down to like the note to like the perfect, like for a piano, for like to the perfect key, to the perfect like whether it's to the oh my god, what was I thinking? Perfect key, tempo. Oh my god, what was the thing I was thinking of? Shit. Intonation, there we go. Intonation, all that shit. You can play it perfectly. But, like, if you're just being analytical, if you're not putting your emotion into the piece, then it's just going to sound very robotic. Like AI. AI is a great example of this. Speaking of, since AI has been a topic, AI art, yeah, AI art looks good on the surface, but art is about emotion. That's what the arts are about, emotion. You don't see the emotion in AI. It looks so soulless. CGI is like that too. Like CGI models are a great example of this. Like in Gachi Okuda's anime, which is uses a lot of CGI specifically for the character models. Like I covered on Patreon. I look at some of the character models. I'm like Fu is the best example for this. I look at Fu and like Fu is like an emotional mess, and I'm like, I don't believe it. Sei's doing the damn thing, but like I look at it, it's like I don't believe it because the emotion is not in the face. So that's why I'm saying, like, the reason why I bring this up is like you look at Asagi's trying to get into this realm of the gods, and it's like he could break in, he could do all this shit, he could like calculate it down to like the perfect, calculate it perfectly. But like unless he and hell, Ren's having this issue too. Think about it. But like unless he like feels it, he's not gonna get into it. The god's gonna ignore him. But I really hope we get more on Ego's soccer career. Like I would not mind a side manga just for Ego. Like that would be awesome. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Blue Lock content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!